Everybody, this is Paul Neese of the Raw Life Health Show. I got a great guest on today, Dr. Charles Pertino from the Ejuva Cleanse. He's the owner and founder of the company. And we're going to talk to him about cleansing and the Ejuva Cleanse, but also the Parasite Cleanse. Because more and more people are contacting me and telling me stories about parasites. So I wanted to talk about both of them with Dr. Charles today. So, Dr. Charles, welcome back on the show.
Hey, thanks, Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, excellent. I know your company's thriving because people are realizing that your cleanse is the best cleanse out there on the market. So are you busier than ever over there?
We're busy. We're in 26 countries now after, 22 years. It's not an overnight success, but it's doing well. People are realizing the importance of cleansing, and it's how instrumental it is to overall health.
Well, one of the things that always impressed me was what you talk about is there are so many 3-day cleanses on the market. You can go to a health food store and see these 1-day or 3-day cleanses. And I mean, this is the body. It takes years to get people so toxic, and they're not going to be cleansed in a day. And that's where your program is longer. And I know how frustrating it is to you when you see these marketers just try to please people's laziness, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. People don't know about cleansing, the average person, and they read the word cleanse and they go, you know what, I can cleanse for a day and be clean, or 3 days and be clean. And the truth is that's not how it works. The human body can only do so much in 8 hours. In fact, it takes a couple years of herbal cleansing just to get a liver clean. And so really, the less you cleanse, the less you cleanse. There's no magic about it. You can't cleanse in a day or 3 days in a week and get a lifetime of toxins out. It just doesn't work that way.
Now I know, if a person is sick and their body's not working the way it should, they definitely are toxic. But what about people where their bodies are working the way they should? Are they consistently cleansing, or is it still overridden with all these toxins?
You know, in our Western society, our air is not that clean. We're all, most of us are shampooing our hairs with shampoos and using deodorant and shaving creams. And, some people are painting their fingernails and dyeing their hairs and wearing lipstick and makeups. And we're just absorbing toxins all the time. So it's a good idea, even if you feel you've been doing this for a very long time and you're very clean, to do an annual cleanse. That's what my teacher and mentor taught, and that's kind of what I do for myself. I first did it between 2 and 3 times a year, every year for the first few years while eating clean. And since then, it's been an annual cleanse.
Now, even if somebody does think they're watching this and they think they're healthy, they don't need it, there's still the issue of parasites that anyone can get at any point. So
most people have parasites.
Yeah, and now,
go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Not all parasites are necessarily bad, or are they all bad?
Well, they're all going to rob nutrients from you. They're all going to make their deposit, and create toxins. I would say you don't want them, that's for sure. And some are definitely worse than others, for sure.
Now, when you say most people or everyone has parasites, well, why is that?
They rule the earth. They're so small. They're on everything. They can be on everything, from our waters, from if we're hiking, whether it be in a jungle or a forest. They're on bushes, trees, and soils. They're on our pets sometimes. Sometimes our pets will have fleas. They're on the fleas. They're in water. If I didn't mention that, they kind of rule the world, and they're not only prevalent in most humans but animals as well.
I see. So even if a person gets rid of parasites, they're most likely going to get more. So it'd be a good idea not only to do your cleanse, but you also have a parasite cleanse as well, which is separate than the cleanse that cleans the toxins from the body. The parasite cleanse targets the parasites, correct?
Correct. We call it Paranix. It has homeopathics in it. It has liquid herbs. It also has a powder in it, and it's specifically formulated to not only kill many types of parasites, but their eggs as well. Most parasite cleanses do not kill the eggs, and you have to keep taking them over and over for like a long period of time to make sure all the eggs have hatched. and to make sure you've killed everything. But ours actually kills the A, so it's pretty unique. It used to be the only one, and now there's a handful more that actually does that as well. But
So people ask me, when you're taking the Ejuva cleanse, can you take the parasite cleanse with it, or should you wait, take it right after or before? What's the best way to take both these cleanses?
the Paranix cleanse has been formulated to go in conjunction with the 4-week body cleanse. And the reason for that is we recommend that you actually do that 4-week cleanse for 2 weeks, and that'll destroy the environment in which the parasites thrive. It also, that particular cleanse contains anti-parasitical herbs in them. So it places the parasites in a much weakened state. Then during the last 2 weeks of the 4-week cleanse, you add the Paranix cleanse, which is specific for killing parasites and their eggs, and you take those two cleanses simultaneously with each other during the last 2 weeks of that 4-week cleanse. And the parasite cleanse, called Paranix, comes with a manual, and it tells you just how to do that. It's not a requirement. Sometimes it's pricey for people. And so people will just do the Paranix kit on their own, but it is like 1 + 1 = 3 when you do those two at the same time. It's much more powerful.
Now, I'm familiar with health and I'm familiar with cleansing and parasites and these things, but uh, I got to be honest with you, to the average person, what you just said is going to sound very complicated. How simple or complicated is it to take these cleanses?
Well, Ejuva was specifically designed or formulated to be simple because at the time there were other cleanses on the market, but they were difficult, in our opinion, to consume. Your pH had to be this, and you had to take something at this moment, and 15 minutes later at that moment, 25 minutes later at that moment. And it was just difficult to take, so we formulated it specifically to be as simple as possible, and it's as simple as taking some capsules with some juice, and then later on having a shake, like a half an hour later, what we call a shake. And it's just a simple cleanse to take compared to a lot of cleanses out there, and it's highly effective. In fact, there's some 96 herbs in that body cleanse alone, and that's because it's a body cleanse. Most cleanses are for the colon, and we believe the body's one entity, and we should cleanse the whole thing because the body stores toxins everywhere. And so it's not just a colon cleanse, and then you add the parasite cleanse to it, and you're getting not only toxins, but of course the parasites and their eggs as well.
That's just wonderful, and it's called the Paranix program, and you can get it on the website. But right now, folks, the great news is Charles has let me put these on sale together. So if you buy I already have the lowest price, I believe, on the internet on on the Ejuva cleanse. But now you let me sell on sale the both kits together. And if you go to the link below the video, folks, for 1 week only, you can get this amazing deal. So even if you're watching this afterwards, after you missed a week, still go there or go to the website and you'll see it. But for now, I mean, Charles, how rare is it that these, not only is it one, but both of these things for such a low price, where people could take advantage of this? Does this happen often?
We've never done it before. This is a first. So, and I wanted to add one more thing, if I may. You probably know about our Health Through the Mail program, in which we test people, and it tells us all kinds of things, nutritional values, and all. It tells us heavy metal poisoning and candida, but it also tells us parasites, how many they have, what type they have. And what I wanted to mention, for those that think they might not have it because they don't feel parasites, there's never, and we've sold and done tens of thousands of these tests over the years, and there's never been one person without parasites, never, not once. So the chances that person doesn't have parasites is highly unlikely.
Absolutely. Now, when you talk about parasites, is a tick bite and a parasite, those are two different things, correct?
Yeah, that's two different things. We're talking about parasites. They're named that because they live off of their host. And that's how they survive, by taking your nutrients and feeding themselves and depositing toxins into your body. So, and some of them can be really overwhelming for people if they're really infested, or if it's a certain type of parasite. It can really wreak havoc. In fact, there's a show on TV, probably most of you have heard about it, The Monsters Within or something like that. It's all about parasites.
Wow,
So
wow. Well, folks, I'm so glad that Dr. Charles has put these kits together, and you can get them now at the link below the video. Charles, thank you so much for joining us again and for your great products.
thanks for having me. Take care.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you want more videos, you can click subscribe here right now, and you can be taken to my channel. If you want to check out my website, you can click here, and you can go to my website. I want to thank you for checking us out. Stay safe, stay healthy, have a great day, and a great raw life.